solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Footballsportsapp.com. What is it? It's the first live-action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Brought to you by footballsportsapp.com, the first live-action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to get into the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video, download for free this fall, and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Once again, that's footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show, man. If you're new to the show, this is how we get down. Sometimes I get off on a little tirade, but that's just what we do around here. I mean, it's all love. I know we don't have to do nothing really when I think about it. I guess it's just, routine. I continue to say we got to get back to sports. We really don't technically have to get back to nothing. We can talk about whatever the hell we want. But I do want to talk a little bit of football. In about 15 minutes, we got the entertainment report where we talk birthdays, and there's a couple little interesting stories out there. The game doing much work out there in L.A. He banging all of the damn Kardashians. We'll talk about that. Odell Beckham Jr. is in the news. We'll talk about him as well in the entertainment report. But a couple little NFL news and notes. The NFL has threatened discipline, including suspension for players refusing to cooperate with the league's investigation into steroid claims made by Al Jazeera, America's report. Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker James Harrison, Green Bay Packers linebackers Clay Matthews and Julius Peppers, and former Packers linebacker Mike Neal have until August 25th to comply with the league's request for interviews, according to an NFL letter sent to the NFLPA. All right. Vice President of Labor Policy and League Affairs Adolfo Birch wrote the league has a good faith basis for investigating potential violations of the NFL's drug policy. Yet the league has made at least 7 unsuccessful attempts to interview these players. You remember Peyton Manning was involved with this whole thing as well. Since then, Al Jazeera has gone out of business. The doctor that made these allegations has recanted and say that he was lying about Peyton Manning. I don't know who got to him. I don't know how they were able to finagle and make it whereas Al Jazeera just goes out of business. But the NFL wants to talk to these cats. Here's the thing about it, though. And the NFL and the Players Association is saying, man, we ain't got to talk to you. These players haven't failed a drug test. They haven't failed a drug test. So this whole thing to me, all of this is hearsay. So this whole thing, this whole case to me is just ass backwards. They haven't failed a drug test. This is all rumor, hearsay, innuendo. They did not fail a drug test. How are you going to question somebody about something in which they aren't found guilty of? You understand what I'm saying? Like, they want to question them about allegations, no substance in the fact that they failed the drug test. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how they're going to do that. Not only that, they're threatening to suspend these cats. What are you suspending them for? Because they didn't do an interview about something that they didn't do, or you haven't confirmed that they've done? Huh? I don't get that. So this is going to be one of those Mexican standoff thingies or whatever. Who's going to blink first, the NFL or the Players Association? We'll see. And also, man, have y'all heard about this story? In a wide-ranging interview with GQ magazine, Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton told the magazine he doesn't think he is subjected to extra scrutiny because he's black. He says, quote, "It's not a racism thing," Newton told GQ. "Everybody's entitled to their opinion." Now, I agree with that part to a degree, and I always talk about how I think a lot of times these, we try to say that these quarterbacks, these black quarterbacks, are getting a lot of ridicule from the media and fans in general because, of the culture of the NFL and the fact that, black quarterbacks, a lot of times by the mere way that they play the game, get ostracized. It's not necessarily because they're black. It's just because, NFL fans want to see our quarterbacks just sit in the pocket. So it's the style of play. It's the fact that they do it with a little bit of brashness, a lot of people have an issue with. But make no mistake about it, Cam. The fact that you're a black quarterback, it has something to do with it. For you to say not, it doesn't have anything to do with it, it's just disingenuous to the fullest. And what this sounds like to me, man, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And listen to this. You remember this? Before Super Bowl 50, Cam Newton created headlines when he described himself as an African-American quarterback that may scare a lot of people because they haven't seen nothing that can compare to me. So how do you go from that, which was the realest, truest statement ever, to now you're happy-go-lucky and everything's peachy keen and there's no such thing as racism? You know what it is. You know what it is. His agent, his publicist, somebody sat him down, was like, "Cam, you're going to miss out on media and commercial possibilities if you don't kind of back away from these statements you've been making about race and about being a black quarterback." That's clearly what happened. And then it's funny, on the flip side of that, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, on the flip side of that, Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, who is white as the driven snow. Why y'all booing that man because he's white as the driven snow, studio audience? It's funny. Cam Newton says that stuff and, tries to be, unbiased in his thoughts and, not really give a real opinion. Aaron Rodgers, who is white as the driven snow once again, agrees with the idea that NFL players should speak out on social issues more often. But the Green Bay quarterback believes the NFL's culture discourages players from being more vocal. Speaking in an interview on ESPN's Wisconsin's Wild and Tosh last week, it's a sports talk show, I guess, Rodgers said he read a story in which Seattle Seahawks defensive end Michael Bennett and NFL players need to speak out more often. Bennett also mentioned Rodgers by name in similar comments when he arrived at training camp. Here's a quote: "It's got to be natural. It's got to be authentic. And I think those guys did a really good job. It was a great message," Rodgers said, in talking about the Bennett brothers. "The thing I'll say in reference to speaking your mind, a piece of the Bennett's recently, Michael and Martellus, and I turned to a friend and I said, why do we have to say that it's refreshing when someone speaks their mind? Or is honest now? I think that's kind of a societal issue that we have." It's a Ball Award, man, on a Tuesday, man, to Aaron Rodgers. Ball Award to Aaron Rodgers on a Tuesday. And if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, a Ball Award is what we give out, a superlative we give out to excellence in sports, entertainment, and beyond. We do it every Friday. We do it Mondays. We do Balls and Busters on Monday. We give a Buster of the Week on Fridays. But Ball Award to Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to give him a Buster Award. He didn't talk negatively about the struggle and about social issues here in this country that we've been dealing with, more recently and seemingly over the last, 5 years. So you go back to Trayvon Martin. So I'm not going to give Cam a Buster Award, man. It's just kind of disappointing. It's just kind of disappointing. Once again, I feel like these athletes make so much money that one extra commercial. And I guess it's easy for me to say because I'm not making millions of dollars doing commercials. But I feel like, this is my personal opinion, that if you have a platform, man, to create conversation and kind of instigate change, and you got, $30 million guaranteed coming to you, you need to do that, man. You need to do that. And so it's kind of disappointing. I'm not going to give him a buster that he's kind of trying to play in the middle, Cam Newton, but it's just disappointing to say the least. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. I'm also going to talk, speaking of black quarterbacks, I'm going to talk about Deshaun Watson, man, and that's that BS. It's already starting. It's already starting very, very quietly, but it's already starting. He's having to swim upstream, per se, as they say in the country, as far as the way that he plays the quarterback position. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. From Vince Wright in the chat room on Spreaker.com for NY SEC football peeps. Is Tennessee for real this year? What's NY? What's NY? NY. He's not talking about New York SEC peeps. I don't know exactly what he's talking about. Let me grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's happening?
What's happening? Who's this?
T from Huntsville, sir.
T from Huntsville. What up, baby?
Going to say about it, man. That's why I was on radio. Man, concerning this whole Cam Newton thing, man, I'm reading some of the chat and I'm a little disturbed by it, man. Let me lay out, what I believe this is. And you just got to stop and think about it. Okay, I agree. Obviously, I mean, if you pay any attention to me, I agree that athletes should speak up on things and they shouldn't hold back what they feel, because of money or whatever.
Right.
But in this situation, there's a couple things. One, you got to know Cam has a team. The media will literally choose to go after that team and try to break them up and destroy them. He has to think about the whole squad and what they're trying to accomplish. Two, you already know what Cam is by what he said last year.
Right.
The reason why he said something so stupid is so outrageous that you should know. He doesn't mean that. You know that just from what he said last time. But if he says anything, they're going to turn on him and it's going to be negative press. And he can handle it fine. They've been doing that to him since college. But his teammates might not be able to handle it, and it could affect the squad. And the other reason I think Cam said that instead of just speaking the truth is because of what I'm reading in the chat. It's really y'all ninjas' fault. And my point of saying that is you'll believe what the media tells you. You'll turn on Cam in a heartbeat if the media does.
Yeah.
So why should he stick his neck out when you're not smart enough to recognize the opposition? You can't do that because, quite frankly, we ain't ready. And that's my opinion on that, man. Appreciate the show. Keep it rolling. I'm going.
I appreciate the call, T from Huntsville. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, just like I said, you got to imagine he's in a very, very tough. He's probably got advisors and all these yes men telling him what he should do to make more money and endorsements or whatever. And, like I said, I'm going to go short of giving him a Buster Award because it's got to be under a lot of pressure. It said a lot of very polarizing things over his short career. Obviously, he's probably the biggest name in football today. And so he's young. I'm not going to really go in on the guy on my opinions and what I think he should do or what he should say. I get it. I totally get it. But that doesn't mean that I can't disagree with his quote-unquote unstance. But T makes some very good points, man. This dude's got a lot of people, and it's not just him. It's his team, He's exactly right. That's a very good point. His team and, any type of scrutiny he comes under, whether it's from the media, fans, or whatever, it might, in some type of way, affect the team. It might. I don't know. So, it is what it is. I just report the news and give you my opinions. All right, back in 3 minutes with the Entertainment Report. The Doug Stewart Show.
Coming straight from the A.
Kick it with your boy Kesey at www.kesey.com.
His show covers some of the realest issues trending today. He'll keep you locked in from the first